My family never had a car. Everyone praises Hot Pursuit 1. Asphalt Games give it to you within 2 minutes. It was one of the rarest games for the Nokia Engage. Remember that taco-shaped phone? I'm a bit nervous, and let's consider it a demo of this channel's format. So what I will be talking today, and hopefully further in my next videos, I will just play some games. Today is Art of Rally. I will talk more about this game, and I will talk a lot about different stuff. It will be very casual, not structured, cozy, I hope, talk. So that's probably it. I guess today we will run towards 20, maybe 30 minutes. Let's see what the timing will be on the montage stage. So Art of Rally. This game is has been released by Funselector. I can't recall the name. I forgot the name of the CEO. I read about him and his story about the company several years before. It was quite intriguing, interesting. But the point is, they make games. They are making the new game now about the off-roading vehicles driving the sceneries in a calm and very relaxing way. And that's where Art of Rally lands too. It's the style of the Funselector company, make by association, combining uncombinable. In this example, they combined rally, which is quite intense thing, with kind of relaxing, very meaningless in a good way medium. So they just making that low poly stylized like sceneries with the pastel colors, which are not like tearing your eyes up. Hello Need for Speed. And they just made the car there and you just driving. Then there is no competition with the like rival cars, just timer, the stage, and the pure rally experience. So let's go. As I mentioned, I have the demo. So the demo features just one location, Finland. I guess that's the origin country of the company. So stage 1, just a single stage. Difficulty, well, let it be normal. Damage level, heavy, okay. And stage 1, I see that I can put the weather on. Yeah, I changed to the time of the day and the weather, okay. Let it be morning. Okay. So I have the car, 2 cars for this demo. What with this one and the livery. Oh, nice one. But too Lego-ish to me. Okay, let's be this. Okay. So let's go. While it's loading, it has been loaded already. I want to share today about the history of the racing games as myself as Asphalt racing games developer. I made several games in the series. I want to share some legacy of other games which were like influenced Asphalt franchise and myself actually. I will start with the race, I guess. So I will try to balance the talking and playing. So begin the stage. Yeah. Okay. How can I change the camera? No, I can't change the camera. Oh, okay. Nice. Oh, I love the crowd design. So this game is mixing the simulator like suspension of the car which is like 50% of the feel you get from any racing game. You set the suspension right and you get the feel you want. And yeah, this feels oddly not arcade simulation-like, but lightly simulation-like. So I feel the bumps are influencing me, my car, my driving. I feel the throttle acceleration, the braking, but no, this car totally controllable still. So I guess I'm starting with the talk of the games that influenced me and well, my fellow devs at Gameloft who were making Asphalt games. And the first one is, of course, the Gran Turismo. So we all know that Gran Turismo is probably the biggest influencer for top-selling games we have in 2025 and for years before. So why is that? I guess that the Gran Turismo makes quite accessible in the way of aesthetics. I'm talking about the visuals, about the simulator-like, but quite still a bit of arcadey feel of the cars. And one of the points this game brought to the industry is that they kind of made the whole experience look like you are driving the glossy brochure of the fancy cars. You know, my family never had a car, neither mother nor father. I got my first car in 30s after I released almost 3 Asphalt games, quite ironically, yeah. So my friend had quite rich. His family was rich, and he got like his father got 3 or 4 cars. None of them were too fancy, but still, it was quite nice. So he loved to buy that fancy car brochures, that glossy pages with the prototypes, with the reportings from the yet another Geneva exhibition. And so I always adored to look through that brochures. And when I played, by the way, at the very same friend's house, I played the Gran Turismo on first PS1. I never had one. My friend had. So I played the game, and it felt like too familiar. And I guess that was the menu. The menu was glossy, clean, almost like in the most expensive European clinic. It was like very soft, but very clear colors. And that gave me the feeling that I have the luxury in my hands. I'm controlling the luxury, just browsing through menus, picking up the cars and driving it. So that was the first influence on me among the racing games. The next one was, I guess, the Hot Pursuit. Everyone praises Hot Pursuit 1, which is dated 1998. And I know why. This game was, well, that game was great in terms of the momentum feeling. The Gran Turismo was about the race itself, the car itself, but not about the racing as a moment. But the chases in the Hot Pursuit gave the feel that the moments is what makes this game like replayable again and again. And you know, I always loved that humor from the police radio interceptions. I read later that there were some playtests or showcases, and the tone of the police talks was serious. And then the developers added some B-rolls like humor to it. And so that light-hearted talks gave another spin of that meta-narrative for the franchise, for the game. So yeah. So sorry, I'm just... Yes, viewer play options, continue. Okay. And so while they added this funny talks of the police, they got like the game became the one with the identity. But again, I was too late to get my PC in the house. So while I got one, it was 2002, and that was the year the Hot Pursuit 2 got released. So that was the Need for Speed number 6, if I'm counting it right. And that game was awesome because it doubled down. It was the safe sequel, but it doubled down on what made the Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 1 the great one. Cop chases, beautiful sceneries, and quite luxury brands. I recall I loved Lamborghini Diablo. I loved the McLaren. Can't recall it was F1 or some other model. That was nice, really, and the sceneries was beautiful. I rewatched the Let's Plays of the game recently, and as it always happens with the best games of your mind from childhood, that game looked so bad. But in my mind, that woods, that trees, that autumn leaves from one of the locations was like outstanding. But again, if as with any other game I played and later on came back to rewatch, the thing in your head is always better than it is in reality. So okay, let me pick maybe stages. I can do the reverse and let it be the foggy weather, some change. And let's pick another car. Red stripe is okay, I guess. So what else? What else influenced me and the Asphalt series? The Need for Speed Underground, of course. That game made the upgrades as the player's loop. It was never done before like this. So I guess Need for Speed Underground was the first game influenced by Fast and Furious, of course, but who cares? That game did what others cannot in terms of the spending or equaling the time you are upgrading your car's visuals, all the decals, all that colorful rims, spoiler, air intake upgrade of your hood, all that stuff. You spend literally half of the time in the game doing this, not the racing itself. And of course, that street vibes, the soundtrack, we all know this. But again, for me, it's the first game which made the visuals and just overall the upgrades of the car valued that much. Again, for showcasing purpose. The other influence was, of course, the Burnout. Burnout 3 was the first Burnout game in the series I got familiar with. That car feels really different from the previous one. So Burnout made, as I believe, the crash felt not as a mistake, but a glimpse of the movie itself. So I adored crashing the opponents to see the beautiful crash cams. And that was part of the process. That was part of the race. And the game never, it encouraged crashes, actually. That was the very influential for the Asphalt series. For the Asphalt 6 and above, I guess. Now, okay, what about the Asphalts? Asphalt GT, the first Asphalt ever, was released in 2004. It was one of the rarest games for the Nokia Engage. Remember that taco-shaped phone? While lots of players on the mobile were still fapping on Snake and similar games, the Asphalt delivered full 3D graphics and all the stuff you can imagine from the racing game by that times. So that was kind of groundbreaking, and that what made it familiar, actually. The sequel went, it was good. I really respect the people who did one, but it was the safe sequel. So it doubled down on the legacy of the Asphalt Urban GT. And Asphalt 3 brought some kind of serious business with the reputation, all the stuff you have seen in the Need for Speed Underground 1, Underground 2. That lake in the fog is really beautiful. So Asphalt 3 doubled down on this, and it delivered. Actually, it sold well, and the Asphalt 4 was kind of, a combination, as for my taste, of the success of Asphalt 1, 2, and the innovations of the 3. But Asphalt 4 was groundbreaking in terms of the release platforms. It was the first Asphalt ported to iOS and Android. I may be mistaken. I told you this, but I recalled that it might not have been released for the iOS, but for sure that there was an Android build. Anyway, I came into Gameloft when I was just 20 years old. It was 2010. I joined Gameloft Kharkiv studio, and the company already released Asphalt 5 by that time. Of course, it was released on the Java, Nokia Engage 2.0, iOS, Android, like Windows Mobile, and this game felt kind of also as a safe sequel, but I liked it. Liked it because of that arcadey feel of the car suspension, of the acceleration, braking, all the drifting mechanics. It was really nice. I guess that it's in some points this game was more balanced in terms of the experience than the Asphalt 6, which came in 2011. But Asphalt 6, it was called the Adrenaline, was doubling down on that, arcadey Asian racing games, which had that Adrenaline mode first time in the series. Adrenaline mode is the special state when you are picking up nitro or doing some stunts. You can press the button and the boat will just change the colors, and you will get two lines on the side of the road, almost as that white lines on this road I'm driving in right now. So if you are sticking to that lines, you get extra boost of the speed, and it was so stunning visually that it was hyped by media and all this stuff, and the game was really great. Other than that, it introduced the innovative, not innovative, but just the new package of the cars by that year, and progression most of the people already seen in Asphalt 5. In the Asphalt 7, it was called Asphalt Heat. Nothing too much of an innovation was introduced, but it was mostly the same sequel. We at Gameloft started to experiment with the balancing between the premium model, when you pay for the game and just enjoy it, and the free-to-play game. And then Asphalt 8 came out. It was done by the Barcelona studio, and it was really stunning. That game was called the Airborne, still called now, And as the name suggests, it emphasizes the tricks. So your goal is to get the nitro, and to get the nitro you have to perform stunts, and that stunts was mostly about getting up in the air. So you have ramps, you have the curved ramp, which is doing the barrel roll of the car, and you have the flat ramp, which can spin your car in the horizontal direction and just make you earn lots of points for the nitro. And then you hit nitro. Nitro has two modes, the regular, special, and you can make an extra move with this, pressing nitro again when there is a red line into the nitro bar. So that game brought the Asphalt Nitro, actually, which was done by my team. This game was innovative in the aspect of, well, let me put the replay so that you are not watching infinitely the result screen. So Asphalt Nitro was innovative in terms of the size of the game. We had been tasked to make the game which is just like 15 megabytes of the size. That was a greatest challenge I ever had in my life. We were using Substance tools. It was Substance Designer, Substance Painter, to shrink the texture size. We had lots of techniques for mirroring of the models. Each car in the game is stored in the memory in just a half of its size, and then when the game unpacks the resources, it like mirrors the second part and kind of blends it together. This way we are just saving 2x time, like 2x size, I mean, on the memory the car models took in the build size. Okay, so what else? Asphalt 9 introduced the touch drive, which is the casualized way of playing the arcade racing game. So you just tap in the parts of the screen and button to drift, and that's it. You probably control the game this way. So I'm back to the start. How it all influenced how the Gran Turismo, the Burnout, NFS, and the others influenced Asphalt. Well, Asphalt took that showcasing and upgrading as the player's loop into its DNA, and we have to thank Need for Speed Underground series for it, actually. Asphalt Games took that Burnout's crash cams and emphasized on this to make the crashes part of the fun and not the punishment, and also make the game look more like a movie. And from the Gran Turismo, I guess the menu, starting from the Asphalt 6, even Asphalt 5, the series introduced that expensive brochure-like look to the garage, to the parts of the garage when you upgrade, repaint, all the stuff, and this made the game look expensive and fulfill different fantasies for the player. So you can imagine that you are owning all the park of the cars and all this stuff. But the most important thing Asphalt did is it shrinked the concentrated fun and experience from driving a car through the chases, to the rivals, crashing into stuff, finding shortcuts, into the just 2, maybe 3 minutes of gameplay. While on PC you have to spend 15, 20, even more sometimes minutes to feel that set of emotions. Asphalt Games give it to you within 2 minutes. That's it. So I'm finishing this talk. It was rough, I know, but again, that's a demo. So I hope I will be more structured maybe, but still keep the light-hearted talks and give you some interesting facts about the like racing games, the game design, and play more fun games in these streams. Not the streams, but let's plays again. Alright, so like, subscribe, as always, support me in any way you can. I really value this. So, see you there. Bye bye.